What's going on, Twitch? You know me, it's Guardian_Moon, but you can call me Strife for the purposes of this stream. And welcome to a very weird Monday. Usually on Mondays we stream, Devil May Cry or something else, but I finished Devil May Cry, so gotta find something else to stream in its place. And I'm hoping to find something about that real soon. I just put a video up on YouTube under the YouTube page Strife Eclipse Gaming that's gonna let you know some of the updates and upcoming ideas and things that I want to do in the future, and I want to get your input. So yes, share that video. Share me like the whore in training you all know I am. So in the meantime, today we're gonna kind of cheat the system a little bit, and we are going to use today to finish up the streaming for the playthrough of Joe Valentine for Resident Evil 1. And tomorrow will be our first delve into Resident Evil Code Veronica. And hopefully by next week I will have a good idea of what I want to stream Monday. Hopefully something new and fun and entertaining. So that being said, we're going to jump right into this, get it done, hopefully try and keep this about the 2-hour mark. It only took me about 2 hours to finish up Chris. Anybody who watched my stream last week for Jill noticed the double death that I took, and I've already done what I said I would do, and I caught up to the area I essentially died at, so this way I'm not going to have to make that up, and I can keep this up. It's already seen content, you already know what's going, so that's where we're picking up. So that being said, we're going to jump into this, and let's go. And hello to my viewer. In the darkness lies your fears. Okay. Wishing a friend of mine some condolences. He had to go do something with a cat today, and I know it's heartbreaking as an animal lover. I get it. Okay, so as you can see where we left off here, we've got all this stuff. How did all my handgun ammo go? Oh, right there. And what is loaded in the grenade launcher right now? God, am I that out of it? Where the hell did my grenade launcher go? Okay, so gotta figure out which one is which here real quick. Is it this one? Yes. Alright, so we'll go ahead and drop that. We'll sub it out for the shoddy shells, and we'll take that. Alright. So, as best I can tell, and again, just based on later events that happened in the Resident Evil series, I saved this one for today because this one is what I feel to be the canon Resident Evil timeline. Okay, so hopefully we will not have a failed Indiana Jones. I think you followed me when I was doing my Resident Evil 2 gameplay. Medic Main 1. Hope that answers your question, and thank you for tuning in. Okay, so let's check back here. Always love the shoddy shell, so we'll go ahead and pick those up. And then we get our creepy crawly. Oh, you bastard. Oh, and his ass blew out. Alright, just so I don't have to deal with these bastards, we're gonna exit the room, then come back in. But also... Hello, Severn. Now, unfortunately, Jill does not get the flamethrower, so we have to figure out another way to get through this door, which, if you saw the Chris play, I'm sure you probably saw it in the corner, but I never picked it up. Jill's got to do some hard work. Manual labor time. See, if I followed you during RECV, you gotta be the guy who was either in a milsim or a gang, because there was a guy whose name I followed. Unfortunately, I cannot answer that one for you, Medic Man. I know you tuned into one of my streams for Resident Evil 2, and you were chit-chatting with me and making jokes about Tyrant and schools and things like that. So, unfortunately, I cannot answer your question any more than that. I'll go ahead and pick this up, just so I don't have to backtrack too much later on. And I don't think so. Like, I know people have been doing mods for Resident Evil 2 to show Tyrant as Nemesis, because everyone is super on board with the idea of the Resident Evil 3 remake. I know I got a green and red in here. There we go. Yeah, it happens. I'm still new, so it's not like I'm really memorable right now, but like you were making jokes about picturing Mr. X being like a PE teacher or as an English teacher or something along that lines. I do remember you. I just don't remember why you tuned in. You just tuned in, started watching, making jokes. It was a lot of fun. You made a lot of good jokes. There we go. All I needed was to bring up the roles that you put Mr. X in to traumatize people everywhere, and there you go. You remember it. So we're going to use the crank 3 times here to open up the passageway. Yep. One of the viewers was from Canada, and you even made mention to him being the head of Canada. Just, you know, putting him in roles that nobody would want to see him in and be terrified to realize that, oh yeah, this is who's running stuff. Yeah. Yep. Super strict sub, your boss, the lunch lady. Yeah. Those were all very horrible situations. All of which I would not want to see Mr. X in any of those positions. That's nightmare fuel, my friend. Oh god, I hope I have better luck at actually finding a wife. And then I don't have to deal with somebody like Mr. X as a wife. Because God knows I wouldn't be the wife in that I'd be the wife in that relationship. He'd own me. I just turned myself. Yeah, that's taking Creepy Stalker to a whole new level right there. It would not surprise me in the least. But if I really wanted to go there, I could say Medic Main. You're the Mr. X Creepy Stalker. I can't see you, so I don't know. Maybe you are. My only question is, under your trench coat, do you wear a thong with an umbrella logo on it? Your tuxedo speedo? You support Apex, nice. I'm assuming he is a streamer, yes? I only know really of one streamer on Twitch by name. Okay, so now that we've got that, yeah, we should be fine. Oh, Apex Legends. To prove the power of flex tape, I tried to saw Mr. X in half. It went very bad. How bad? Did it go bad enough that X gave it to you? Oh yeah. X gon' give it to ya.
Jill!
Barry? Thank God you're safe.
You too, Jill. A noise I heard brought me down here, but I didn't expect to find a place like this. Have any idea as to what might be at the bottom?
There's
Your
only
death?
one way to find out.
You're a creepy Twitch stalker, Mr. X. That, in my mind, is a very hard choice.
What the hell is that sound? It could be a person. Jill, go check it out. We had enough surprises for one day. I'll stay here and secure our escape route in case something happens.
Okay.
It is a really hard choice. Like, there has always been some appeal for Jill, since she's like the first female that you were introduced to, so it's really a tough call. Me, in my opinion, oh, now you're just you're making it unfair. Honest opinion, if I have to go, I'm gonna say Claire. I'm gonna say Claire. Just college student, badass. I mean, it's a hard decision, but if I had to give you a straight answer, I'm gonna say Claire. Yeah. If I've got a short booty shorts and top bikini. Yep. You just took me from nightmare fuel to wet dream fuel, sir. Yeah, Claire, hands down. She's... pick up all this crap here. Yeah, freaking Claire. I mean, Jill has got a lot of appeal. Yeah, Jill's got a lot of appeal with the like if you stick her in her RE3 outfit. But if we're going in that scenario, I think Claire would take that one hands down. You could make it even worse. I'm afraid to ask, but yeah, go ahead, take your best shot. And try and keep it in the wet dream realm and not nightmare fuel, sir. Ouch. Bitch. Couldn't you be nice and let me pick that up? Ow. I'm assuming that's no bra and shorts ripped and short ripped up booty shorts.
Barry!
Oh man. Okay, going into the perv realm here for a second. Jill Valentine, Claire Redfield, no bra, no top, completely in the nude, with some very, I'm assuming, scantily clad, ripped up booty shorts. Yeah, fucking Barry. I'll say that while I still think Claire would own that one. I still think Claire would own the no top on and ripped up booty shorts. Now, if you took it to a realm of like between Claire and Jill, of like who do you think could probably pull off the naughty librarian? You say like naughty librarian or that English teacher you just like total had the hot for teacher for. I think Jill could pull that off a lot better than Claire, because Claire's got the student mentality versus I think Jill has got the teacher-esque vibe. Yeah, hit me with your best shot, man. Oh. Oh man, you weren't joking on the next level. Ah. Let me make sure I understand you correctly. Completely buck naked and moaning? Pleasurable moaning. Let me make sure I have the context down correctly. Damn, man. Cheap shots all around. Jill. So this is the same stuff we covered in Chris's playthrough. So just based on the voice actors from the game, if we're going complete perv route, I think Jill has one of those voices that you probably want to hear some moans of pleasure from in comparison to Claire. And just about every game franchise has what they call like a male and female sex symbol, and usually it goes to the first ones of the series just solely because the fact that they were the first one introduced. Look at Tifa for FF, Lara Croft for Tomb Raider. I think Jill gets a lot of extra love because she was the first female of the Resident Evil series, but I can understand why at the same time. So, just like before, we're back at the cabin. Bye-bye. Let's switch it up, Medic Main. Let me give you one if you don't mind. Let's switch up the ethnicities a little bit here. Ada Wong in her red dress from RE4, or Sheva Alomar from RE5 in her tribal outfit. Who's the smexiest there? Okay, so while I wait for him to give me whoever, while I wait for Medic Man to give me a response, so now we are going back. If you watched the Chris playthrough from last week, you kind of know what's coming. We've got the 2 stone and metal objects. That gets us into the passageway under the stairs in the main hall. So we're going to get back to the main hall real quick, insert those. And I'm probably going to do a save there just because of the possibility of losing either one-hit KO or losing a character, because I'm going to try and go for the best ending here. So we're going to swap that out real quick. And we're going to do a little, we will save here just in case. Save successful, and then I'll do the transfer, so you'll get a temporary blue screen. So, just because I'm low on it, and I know I can get away with doing this, I'm going to swap these out. And I need the wolf medal and the eagle medal. And I know for the most part I can get away with doing this with just this setup. Goodbye, Medic Main 1. Thanks for tuning in and chit-chatting. Jiggle, jiggle. Sorry to all the viewers who got a little uncomfortable with that one, but I do try and interact with anybody who tunes in, and if they ask a question, I try to answer as best I can.
Jill, you're alive. I was worried, because I thought you were...
Start talking.
Calm down. I didn't want to do it. Believe me, I can explain.
Don't lie to me!
No time to talk. Jill, hand me my gun! Thanks, Jill.
Zarkov is a skeleton. Wait, there's something else. So yeah, already covered this.
I don't believe that thing's really dead. Leave this place up to me and go on ahead.
Okay.
So I will say it's kind of screwed up that if you're playing as Chris and Wesker and you're partnered with Wesker there, if Wesker gets knocked off, he'll still show up. But if Barry gets knocked off when you're playing as Jill, he's gone for good. Okay, so back to the laboratory we go. The final area of the game. Sign reads, will not open unless first class emergencies, so we basically got to trigger self-destruct here. Which is fun. No good game without a self-destruct, right? Okay, so I'm pretty okay with the stuff that happens here, so I'm not gonna waste a save here, but I will store these. And I am going to need so just because I actually want to use it this time around, I'm going to bring, let's see, stash everything, take out the handgun, magazines, lighter, and the flask. So I gotta find me the flask. Fuel canteen, lighter. And just because I actually want to use it to show the power of it, I'm going to bring that too and fire it off at one of them. So we will refuel the canteen. Not gonna have the same look as Chris with the headshot. Bye-bye. So I will leave those herbs for now, just because I do know what's coming. I will grab this. Now we get to head downstairs. And I'm going to use it on this guy just to make sure I get a little extra time. Not what I was expecting. I did that one on purpose. We're gonna line them both up. Now we're gonna go refill the canteen. Okay, still good on health. That suicide shot is done, so I'm gonna head back to the save room, drop that off, open up some inventory space. Also refuel the flask. So I think I got enough in there to refuel it once more. So I got to see what the self-defense gun did. Not very impressed. Certainly we will take the dagger. Got a lot of these. I think we're going to switch to the batter pack just for a little bit. Okay, so if I remember correctly, we want to start in the northwest, near the stairs. This door is the only one that is open right now. So, remember this puzzle. Need these. Okay, so this one was Alex, Clark, Ed, and Gail. So researcher's letters. This is the same as when Chris found it. we want the door in the northeast corner. Chemicals. So there's another battery pack. Another case. First aid case, giving me a lot of extra items here. Permission granted, unlocked. And open all the floors, as many of the doors as possible on B3. And that's all we are here for. Well, that and some magnum rounds. Okay. Alright, so we want this door. I don't think you're dead yet. Love those battery packs. Shot, shocked, and fried. Opens up a little bit of space. Boop! And there we go. Yep, there was the file that had all my rant and raves of a few concerns. You have a lot of concerns. Okay, so we can actually grab all these now. Don't need the ink ribbons, I got plenty of those. Yeah, why not while we're here? Okay, so now we gotta go clear some gas, clear some areas. All that weed. Only a little bit of kerosene left, yeah. Refilled canteen. Not a single drop of kerosene is left. So I can only burn 2 zombies. Okay, so I'm going to drop you guys. There we go. Alright, so it says I want to bring you and you as precautionary. So I think I'll just stick with that for now. I'm gonna go ahead and pick these up just because it's gonna bother me. Hello, whoever my third viewer is, because I think I still got... Not sure who else in here. I think Severn is still in here, so... Hello, and thank you for tuning in, viewer number 3. Alright, so just to open up some space, we are going to drop these herbs off. I'm in good enough standing health-wise that I should be able to take a hit or two and not need any worry. Alright, so now we get to check out the visual data room. So, first aid spray, we will have room to pick that up. A Mo disc. Yep. Passcode entry terminal. Use it. 8341. 8462. There we go. need to get that key. Yep, let's go ahead and watch Ken this film.
What? Get away from me! No! Hey! No!
Yummy. So we will be coming back to this room momentarily to get those shotgun shells. But we are also gonna get rid of that key and open the 2 doors down here that need the key to unlock them. Alright, so that key is useless, got it discarded, so we're gonna go back and get those shotgun shells and then hit up the item chest. So we can get the organize a few things. Because I love shotgun shells. Shotgun shells are my favorite thing, other than magnum rounds. I lost a viewer. No, come back, please. Alright. I love the fact that as I said, I'm glancing over the guidebook here to try and help me, move in a quick fashion, and I just love the fact here that they have the little note for the stronger stomach. If you examine the control panel in the technical booth, you could replay Kenneth Sullivan's film, if you collected it from his corpse at the beginning of the game. Be warned, it is quite gruesome. Watching the video didn't feel all that gruesome. It was just really weird. Burn, bitch, burn. Sure, why not? Let's take another battery pack. Okay. We'll open up some inventory by getting this out too. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I've already got everything worth grabbing out of here. Yep. So we'll go ahead. It says there's still something else in here. As soon as it's not completely searched. And I'm gonna go ahead and open up this other lock here. Two down, one to go. And now we get to go check out the other door. First things first, maybe. Alright. Rusted shut. Okay, so just like Chris, we got ourselves a little save room area. Yeah, why not? Just for collection purposes. And we will store it. Don't think we have any more zombies to deal with, so I should be fine. Probably take something to heal with just in case. Forgot the last mo disc. Scoladorado, ladororororo. There you are. Alright, so I got some exploding rounds. I've got flame rounds. So I might switch it up here. Yep, we'll take the empty capsule. Let's go ahead and kill things. Trying to work here, dude. Come on, have some patience. And there's the last one. Let's kill everything. Just because I gotta bring freaking nitroglycerin back here and I don't feel like dealing with these guys. Alright, that should be everything. I should take care of all the enemies. This means I should have a safe trip back. So, hour and 10 minutes in. So we're gonna go ahead and go say hi to our other person that we're going to save. And it's locked, yeah, duh. Pull down the last lever. There is a trophy for both Chris and Jill for this, which I may do on my off time. Maybe I'll stream it live just to be a complete and total douchebag.
Jill?
Chris! You're alive!
Of course I'm alive. Jill, there's something big going down, and I don't think we're part of the equation.
I have to get you out of here. Ugh, it won't open. Wait, I'll be back to get you out.
Okay. No sightseeing, though.
Oh, hell yeah, we're gonna go sightsee. But there's a trophy for both Chris and Jill for completing their gameplay without saving anybody. So maybe one of these days, if I want to be a douchebag, maybe I'll stream just to play through and I'll let everybody die. Just get myself out. Open it. Set the capsule in there. Alright. Main ingredient of this fused with nitro compound running could result in a fatal explosion. So at least the good news is that I can show you one of Jill's alternate costumes as well. I think what I could do, just so I could actually unlock all the costumes and get the trophy for that one as well, is I could do a playthrough with the alternate costumes and not save anybody. This way I'm knocking out a whole bunch of trophies for this, if I wanted to go there. And I will say some of the graphic designs I do appreciate, because apparently I just read that if you actually walk under that spark there in the hallway, there's actually a chance it can cause the compound to explode and kill you. So just little environmental areas, you know, the small details really just kind of make it interesting. Welcome, Rain. I can run again. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, Rain. I know today hasn't been a very good day for you, but I do appreciate the extra support, even with everything that's happened today, and I am really sorry. And you know how to get in touch with me if you want to talk, man. We have power! Okay, so we have pretty much done everything. All that's left is to go back to the save room, grab a few healing items, grab the magnum. Yeah, things along that nature. And yeah. And then we're basically doing the end of this right here, so without all the looking around and reading with Chris, and so most of this was, you know, still unfamiliar area, memory-wise, didn't take me nearly as long. So, and it says I want at least 3 healing items. So I'll grab 3 first aid sprays, since I have an abundance of those. And we'll bring the Magnum and the rounds. And just because I haven't gotten a chance to play with the napalm rounds yet, I'm gonna keep the grenade launcher and fire off a couple of those. I've gotten to play with the acid rounds. I've gotten to play with the regular ones, the regular grenade rounds. Yep, let's press the switch. The elevator is working.
Jill!
Barry,
You could have at least waited up for me, you know?
let's go. Wesker!
Thank you, Barry.
Well, what do you know?
Oh, don't blame Barry for everything. I hear that his better half and 2 lovely daughters will be in danger if he doesn't do everything I tell him to.
Wesker, you're pathetic.
Well, you shouldn't worry too much, dear. You'll be free of all this anyway.
Why eliminate stars?
Believe it or not, that's Umbrella's intention.
You're just a slave of Umbrella.
Smart girl. But I think you misunderstand me. The things you mentioned are nothing. I'll burn all of them along with this entire laboratory. Barry, go up on the ground and wait there.
Barry.
You gotta love Barry. He must really be afraid of Umbrella.
You and Umbrella took his family, you bastard. Oh!
Umbrella? Well, I used some carrots and sticks to cow him, but it had nothing to do with Umbrella. I just used Barry for my personal interests. Though both you and Barry seem to think I was following Umbrella's orders.
What? What are you planning?
I guess it's time for show and tell. It's magnificent.
For the sake of this thing.
You know, I hate goodbyes.
Go Barry.
Barry!
Forgive me.
No, you're not to blame. It's Umbrella and Wesker.
Even if it meant my family, I couldn't bear turning my back on my friends again. Shit! Damn it!
Jill and Barry together. In hell.
You want a piece of me?
What? Premature.
No, Barry! You viral cultured freak!
Suck it, bitch! What a pathetic way to die. He's holding something.
Barry! Barry! You're okay.
Jill, sorry. That was careless of me. Wesker.
He's gone.
First, let's just get out of here.
Yeah. I got to play with the napalm rounds. That makes me a little on the happy side.
Self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing.
Wesker must have set it off. Let's hurry.
Self-destruct system has been
Things that make you go boom.
all personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all locks. Self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all locks.
Alright, one last trip to the save room.
Self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all locks. Self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all locks. Self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately.
Just because.
And releasing all locks.
I want to have a little fun.
Self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all locks. Activated. All locks. Activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all locks.
If you want to, man. Like I said, it'd be nice to actually be able to talk with you
Has been activated.
through this. But if that's how you want to go, I get it and I understand. Just don't disappear on us for months on end. Then we'll really worry.
Self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all locks. Self-destruct system has been activated.
Jill,
Sorry about the wait.
so everything's taken care of?
Well, almost. Now let's get the hell out of here.
Yay, we got Chris back. Woo!
System has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all locks. Self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing
Come on, let's go.
locks.
Macaroni cheese.
Self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all locks.
we'll get to bypass one more save room, so I can always replace that healing item I had to use. All the fucking first aid sprays, man, I swear to God. So, I'm just gonna have a little fun with Tyrant. So, all the weapons that Jill has access to, I got them completely loaded. And I'm gonna unload a round or two, some rounds into him. Just to have a little bit of fun. Forgot I'm gonna need that.
Damn it! We're almost there! Jill, you just get in contact with Brad.
No!
We can make it. Jill, ladies first.
Chris!
Would you let me have my moments too?
All right. We'll rendezvous at the heliport.
He's so smug and tries to be so smug and suave about it. Ladies first. It's actually kind of funny. I still gotta try and be a little fast and loose with him.
Jill!
You made it!
Ow!
Jill, use it! Kill it, whatever it is!
Barry's Stop wigging out in the corner there, dude. Ow. Okay, I've had my fun. Okay, so now we get to see Jill's ending. Aw, she's tuckered out. Okay, so the endings are pretty basic. There are various endings depending on how many people you save. For Chris, you could save Rebecca and Jill. You could just save Rebecca, or you cannot save anybody, and there's 3 different endings for that. So, with just Rebecca, with Rebecca and Jill, with just Chris, and then same thing with Jill, just save Barry and Chris, save just Barry, or save none of them. So if you actually watch carefully here, in one of these scenes you might actually get to see Jill in one of her alternate costumes. Right there.
Jill, you did a fine job.
So I think that's a lot faster than I did Chris's. I think. Jill has a new costume. Okay, I think that's all finally back together. So,
Resident Evil.
New costumes have been unlocked, depending on who you play as. So, for Jill, this was labeled as the Sarah Connor attire. So, by completing, which the closet key was really weird. I'm surprised they kind of kept that in there, because as far as I know, you can costume select from here. Well, in the original RE1 remake for GameCube, you needed to find a special room with said closet key in order to change costumes. So yeah, this is her first alternate costume, the Sarah Connor look. And then if I actually complete the game again, I will unlock her Resident Evil 3 attire, the tube top miniskirt. And same thing with Chris. There's the Mexican, which we already saw in his playthrough, and then if I complete the game again, I will get a look at his Resident Evil Code Veronica attire. So, yeah. And that comes later, so... Okay, so that being said, that's all of Resident Evil 1. We've now completed Resident Evil 0, 1, and 2. We're not going to be able to do 3 because I do not have a way to stream that. I mean, technically I might. I apparently can stream through my PS3, and my PS3 is the old backwards compatible one, so I mean I technically could attempt to try and stream Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, but that is in comparison to some of today's standards, that is a huge downgrade graphic wise. I mean, there's going to be some classicness vibe to it, don't get me wrong, but that's a huge difference in stream quality and graphic quality. So, I mean, technically I could. I don't know if I will or not. Maybe something I can look at down the road, just to basically kind of complete my Resident Evil playthrough anthology here, since I'm playing all of them that I have access to play. Which if I wanted to, it would open up opportunities for me to stream other Resident Evil games that were a little bit different. Yeah, maybe that's something I can look at too down the line. Look at games like Resident Evil Dead Aim, Survivor, which Survivor sucked so hard it makes Resident Evil 6 look good, and Resident Evil 6 catches a lot of hate. So yeah, maybe I'll look down doing that if I can actually stream PS3 stuff. It does give me, if I can stream from my PS3, it does give me access to check out some of the other games. So that's Resident Evil Survivor, Resident Evil Outbreaks Files 1 and 2, and Resident Evil Dead Aim, which is relatively short from what I understand. Like, they put the whole walkthrough for that game in a magazine article, in a gamer magazine that went like maybe 5 pages. Apparently it's that short of a game. It's just intuitive. I don't know. So there are other, and maybe I'll look into Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City, which is kind of hit and miss telling what if scenarios as best I can tell. If you want to follow along with that. Anyway, so that is going to wrap up Resident Evil for today. There's really nothing to look at unless I want to maybe just show off some of the costumes in cutscene. Not really play anything. You know, why not? I'll just kind of, model it a little bit.
Resident Evil.
So we'll start with that one. I'll skip cutscenes and stuff just so you can actually take in the whole costume for what it is. Just so you can close out these last few minutes here and Yeah. Just kind of model that a little bit. Because there is a trophy for unlocking all the costumes as well. So, that is something I eventually going to need to do if I'm going to fucking trophy
There are
hunt.
only 3 STARS members left.
So,
What is this place?
you can get a good look at Jill right there.
Not quite your ordinary house, that's for sure.
Hey, Wesker, where's Chris?
Jill, no! You don't want to go back out there.
But we've got to find...
What was that?
Chris?
No.
Jill, go and investigate.
I'm going with her. Chris and I go back a long way.
All right. You two go. I'll secure this area.
Stay sharp. A dining room.
Let's see if I can find a decent camera angle. So right about here. And we'll unequip that. So yeah, and this is the Sarah Connor attire. So, as best I can tell, the costumes will show up in
Resident Evil.
some, in most of the cutscenes, but like the opening cinematic and the closing cinematic, they don't show up in. So the best way to really kind of show them off in-game graphic-wise is through these opening cutscenes. So I'm skipping those and just letting the intros play, so this way you can kind of just take a full-on effect of the costume. So this one is Jill's BSAA attire, which we technically do not see this attire until an event leading up to Resident Evil 5. So you're getting an early glimpse at a later costume.
There are only 3...
What is this place?
Not quite your ordinary house, that's for sure.
Hey, Wesker, where's Chris?
Jill, no! You don't want to go back out there.
But we've got to find...
What was that?
Chris?
No.
Jill, go and investigate.
I'm going with her. Chris and I go back a long way.
All right. You two go. I'll secure this area.
Stay sharp.
Personally, of the 3 costumes that I have access to, I'm fond of the BSAA, which is the one I'm currently showing. Because I like the hat, and I like the less kind of bulky military than her STARS outfit kind of led to believe. Plus, I'm a fan of the STARS outfit. I love the beret. So, we will unequip the gun so you can take all this in. So yeah, this is her BSAA outfit. And then what we can do from Jill's is I can actually... I could show Chris's BSAA, which again, you'll see him in the event that leads up to this kind of the starting point of Resident Evil 5. And then I'll load up his file and I'll show you the Mexican. Enter the survival horror.
There are only 3 STARS members.
Is everyone all right?
Barry. Where's Barry?
He's...
No. What was
See,
that?
and again, that's a little bit more proof with later Resident Evil games.
I'll go and check it out.
That Jill
All
was
right.
the canon
Jill
one.
and I will stay and secure
because
this area.
in Chris's playthrough, we never find out
Chris?
what happened to Barry.
Take care.
So that's
Yeah.
more further proof that I believe Jill's playthrough was the canon storyline. And I still say Chris is a dumb fuck. Somehow he had a gun, and then between from where he last had it to running to this mansion, he lost his gun. But yeah, so this is the BSAA outfit that Chris will be donning in a DLC, which I may cover first, of Resident Evil 5. That basically takes place before Resident Evil 5. So just kind of take all that in for a second. Notice how much he's changed versus Resident Evil 1 Chris. Okay, and for the last few minutes of this one, we're going to load game. So we're going to get a few more blue screens here. Sorry about all that. And now we're going to load up Chris. No. Back out, back out, back out, back out now. Okay. And we'll do it once again.
Resident Evil.
Ah, no! No, 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 no! Damn it! I was clicking the button trying to get that message off screen and I fucking hit it one too many times. Damn it! Sorry. I'll try and edit this out later. So sorry. But yeah, it kind of showing this was just adding on further proof of like it just solidifies Jill as being the primary playthrough solely because of the fact that we never did figure out what happened to Barry. And Barry does come back in later Resident Evil, so it's Jill seems the more overall
Resident Evil.
fluid, I should say, storyline. Just everything seems to work well going off of her saying that one was canon. So, basically, timeline-wise, while this loads, Resident Evil 0 happened July 23rd, 1998.
Alpha Team is flying around the fort.
Resident Evil 1 happens July 24th, 1998. Then Resident Evil 2 happens in Resident Evil 2 and 3 happen in September of 1998. So 2 months later.
There are only 3 STARS members left now.
Jill's happens technically right near the start
Is everyone
of
alright?
that particular day. I think it was like September
Barry.
28th.
Where's Barry?
And then later that night,
He's...
Chris or Jill,
No.
Claire and Leon
What was that?
enter Raccoon City and thus begin the events of RE2.
I'll go and check it out.
When Jill's trying to
right.
escape at the
Jill
start
and
of
I
the
will
day,
stay and
that's the
secure
events
this
of
area.
RE3. Which there's a lot of speculation that
Chris?
in the RE2 remake in particular,
Take
all
care.
of those areas,
Yeah.
like the area leading up to the first liquor hallway, all those holes in the walls, a lot of people believe that was caused by Nemesis. Because of the fact that anybody who's played Resident Evil 3 knows that Nemesis does chase Jill through the RPD. So anyway, here is Chris's Mexican attire. And I love the fact that it holds on to the same thing that Claire was noted for in her original RE2 attire. Both Chris and Claire had jackets that said "Made in Heaven" on them. And if you actually look closely in the RE2 remake, I believe it is still there, and in the original, you will see Chris's jacket with the Made in Heaven logo hanging up in the background. But, so yeah, this is Chris's Mexican. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Resident Evil. Okay, so that being said, there's really nothing else to cover unless I actually want to do speed playthroughs and actually try and get a few of those other trophies. I don't know if this will let me actually show. Only microphone audio is being broadcast. You suck. So yeah, technically on one playthrough, one of Chris and one of Jill, I got 57% of the trophies. So, that being said, yeah, all of Resident Evil 1 is now done. So, I hope this, now pretty much everything for Rain, who I was primarily doing this for, so he could be caught up on the Resident Evil history. Everything that transpired up to the events of Resident Evil 3, which was the one Resident Evil game that he saw, he has now seen. So all that information leading up to Resident Evil 3 has now been set in stone. So the next Resident Evil game we're going to start tomorrow. We're going to delve maybe a good 2, maybe even 3 hours because of progression. Because we're going to do this into Code Veronica X. Now, the other thing about it was Resident Evil Code Veronica was originally supposed to be the canon storyline. It was supposed to be Resident Evil 3. But they wanted to call it Code Veronica, and at the time, PlayStation was starting to die out, and Dreamcast came out. So they wanted to take advantage of Dreamcast's capabilities. But they signed some licensing agreement with Capcom. Sony did sing all main entries, all the core games, so Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, all that stuff had to be on PlayStation. So they basically they dropped the 3 from it, called it Code Veronica so they could keep it on Dreamcast and take advantage of that. And they just, spur of the moment, made Resident Evil 3. Nemesis. So, and it came out on Dreamcast first, and then it was ported to PlayStation 2 because by that time PlayStation 2 has come out and the graphics were looking really good. It could support and compete with Dreamcast. So they re-released Resident Evil as Resident Evil Code Veronica X. That featured extra content that was not in the original release on Dreamcast. Also, because they were starting to, hint and, when they did this re-release, they were trying to hint towards the fact that they were in process of making Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil Code Veronica X on PlayStation 2 also came with a demo disc of the first Devil May Cry. Just a little fun Resident Evil fact for you there. So, since Devil May Cry 1 was the first base idea for Resident Evil 4, but it didn't seem very Resident Evil, so they scrapped it, but they liked where it went going, and they just gave it a new name, changed a few of the background details, and changed the name of the main character, and thus was born Devil May Cry. So, tomorrow, one thing I will point out is Resident Evil Code Veronica, to this day, depending on who you ask, is still considered by far of that particular gameplay style, the camera, the fluid motion, all that stuff is still considered the hardest Resident Evil of that generation of Resident Evil games. So I may consider doing a little bit of an earlier stream tomorrow. Maybe doing like an hour early. And maybe going for like 2 or 3 hours. Because if it is as hard as I remember it being, I may want to do a little bit longer to try and get a little bit further than usual. And we'll go from there. Keep an eye on the Facebook page. I'll post a little update there if I'm going to go live at 2 or 3. And so forth and so on. But yeah, Resident Evil is done. This will be uploaded to YouTube here shortly, so anybody who wasn't able to join in the live broadcast can catch this replay, and if you missed out on anything from this broadcast, you can catch up there. So, leave any questions or comments down in the comment section. Let me know what you think of the Resident Evil series. Kind of, if you've been following along on this journey from beginning to end. Let me know what you think. With all that information in story leading up to Resident Evil 2 or Resident Evil 3. Does it make sense? Just anything along that line. Just let me know what you think of the Resident Evil story at this point, where it had come and gone to. And that being said, I will see you guys tomorrow with Resident Evil Code Veronica, which I do not have a case to show because I have that digitally downloaded. And it's really weird going to save on that one because they actually gave me the PS2. The digital download copy is supposedly the PS2 copy, so when I load up the game, I actually see PS2 load up on screen, and it wants a memory card. There's an old school term. So, yeah, that being said, thanks for everybody who tuned in and hanging out and watching this with me. And, Rain, again, thank you for tuning in. I know today hasn't been a super great day for you. So I do appreciate the fact that you came in and showed some support. And so stay safe, have fun, try to have a good day, everybody. I wish everybody the best day possible. And if you're gaming, and I know there's a lot of people out there gaming, remember to game hard or go home. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow.